The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air concealed hardships and tales that Tatyana Ali hasn't spoken about, until now, behind the jokes and love for the 1990s. The actress speaks out at age 45, offering previously unheard stories of personal struggles, on-set conflicts, and the complexity that molded the groundbreaking comedy. What hidden tales exist behind the scenes, from cast disputes to mysteries about its most memorable moments? Come along as we explore Ali's disclosures in depth and reveal the untold facets of the Fresh Prince's legacy. The rise of an iconic show. When The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air first aired in 1990, it was more than simply a comedy. It immediately became a cultural icon that appealed to viewers of all ages. The program, produced by Quincy Jones and Benny Medina and created by Andy and Susan Borowitz, was based on Medina's experiences of relocating from inner-city Los Angeles to the affluent neighborhood of Beverly Hills. The program addressed complex subjects in a humorous but powerful way by contrasting streetwise comedy with wealthy suburban problems. A youthful Will Smith played the show's protagonist, Will, who gave the series a genuine charm and relatability that enthralled audiences. The show's subtle examination of race, socioeconomic status, and identity drew viewers in addition to its humor. The Fresh Prince captured the complexities of love, conflict, and personal development while emphasizing these topics while preserving a true family feel. The Banks Family was a groundbreaking program that opened the door for other sitcoms to tackle contemporary themes. Its varied characters offered a forum for discussing different viewpoints. Behind the laughter, Ali's insights show that this cultural icon needed perseverance, hard work, and a delicate balancing act that characterized its long-term success and nuanced legacy. Tatyana Ali's revelations on the show's lasting impact. Tatyana Ali recently spoke about how The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air changed her life and popular culture. Ali understood each cast member's distinct role in shattering stereotypes and pushing boundaries as a young actress entering a show to depict Black realities truly. On set, the group worked as a true family, overcoming personal struggles that sometimes led to conflict and strengthened their relationships. Ali remembers the implicit burden that sometimes resulted in creative conflicts, the need to portray Black culture in mainstream media authentically. Each cast member was pressured to fulfill the public's expectations and give their parts dimension. For Ali, delivering lines was just one aspect of the play. Another was ensuring their portrayal was realistic, approachable, and significant. Disagreements sometimes resulted from these high expectations, particularly when discussing delicate social topics that were hardly covered on television at the time. Ali's thoughts show that even though The Fresh Prince became a legend, the experience required negotiating complex relationships that have affected her and the other cast members for a long time. Will Smith's pre-fame financial issues. Before becoming well known as The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith was dealing with serious financial problems that threatened to ruin his promising career. He gained notoriety early on as a member of the rap combo DJ Jazzy Jeff and The Fresh Prince, but his extravagant spending soon exhausted his finances. Due to lavish spending and a lack of financial advice, he was deeply in debt and owed the IRS around $2.8 million when he tried out for The Fresh Prince. Given the uncertainty surrounding the show's performance, the financial strain was an additional source of stress. Tatyana Ali remembers how Will's worries over his debt often interfered with his concentration and performance on set, causing tension that the rest of the group could feel. Will's personal finance problems reminded everyone of the difficulties that celebrity can provide, even despite the sitcom's upbeat tone. One mistake might have long-lasting repercussions, and the young actors saw firsthand how the entertainment business could be rewarding and punishing. Smith saw the part as more than simply an acting opportunity. It was an opportunity to pay off debt and establish his acting prowess, further inspiring his inspirational path from poverty to international fame. A fortuitous meeting with Benny Medina. Will Smith's journey to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air began with a pivotal meeting with producer Benny Medina, whose personal story was some of the show's inspiration. Smith had a certain charm Medina thought would help him genuinely play Will. Accepting the position, however, came with a lot of difficulties since Smith's tax burden meant that the IRS would get 70% of his pay. Smith's early days of The Fresh Prince were more about survival than popularity because of his financial hardship. According to Tatyana Ali, Will's commitment to the part had a lasting effect on the actors since he was focused on making the musical successful despite the financial difficulties. Smith's tenacity at this time was a prime example of the willpower needed to succeed in Hollywood, where every assignment may be a lifeline. His dedication exceeded the salary. It was evidence of his tenacity and will to create a secure future. His dedication and work ethic were a model for the ensemble and the basis for a show that would become iconic. This pivotal period in Will's life highlighted the sacrifices required for success and served as a potent lesson for his co-workers. The controversial exit of Janet Hubert. One of the most contentious scenes in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's history is still Janet Hubert's exit, who played the original Aunt Viv. Fans were startled by Hubert's departure during the program's third season, which resulted in a highly publicized argument between her and Will Smith. Tatyana Ali considers how the whole ensemble was impacted by her absence, creating a hole that was difficult to replace. A decades-long enmity was stoked by Hubert's accusation that Smith was involved in her departure. Tatyana claims that since Hubert felt her character and talents were being overlooked, tensions in production reached a breaking point. Fans speculated about the true reasons behind Hubert's abrupt departure and how it affected the flow of the program, making it a flashpoint. The actors were split, some supporting Smith and others siding with Hubert. This separation caused friction in the workplace and had long-term effects. Ali's analysis of Hubert's departure sheds light on the emotional toll these disputes may have, showing how the success of a cherished program often comes at a personal cost to those who are engaged. Lawsuits and accusations against Will Smith. Janet Hubert filed a complaint after her contentious departure, claiming that her treatment on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air set, especially during her pregnancy, contributed to a hostile work environment. According to Hubert, Smith's influence caused her to have career difficulties that lasted for years. Tatyana Ali considers the seriousness of these charges, which have damaged the show's image and caused tensions among the actors. The case became a public spectacle that deepened the already existing gulf between Hubert and Smith, even if it was ultimately rejected. According to Tatyana, this incident highlighted the difficulties of working in Hollywood, where celebrity demands and the business's harsh nature may strain interpersonal bonds. Long after she left, Hubert continued to make changes, which affected the show's history and reminded everyone of the damage these disagreements can do. Ali found it eye-opening to witness this conflict play out on a program that used to feel like a family, demonstrating how easily personal grudges and the harsh reality of public life and entertainment can eclipse accomplishment. Behind-the-scenes cast feuds. Tatyana Ali says that despite the friendliness viewers see on screen, conflicts on the set of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air were more frequent than most people would have thought as cast members balanced their own goals with the demands of the production, rivalries, and miscommunications boiled under the surface. Ali explains that there were bound to be arguments because of the high standards set for the players. Conflicts sometimes arose from personal fears, and filming could occasionally be heated as each cast member tried to make their part significant. These early conflicts highlighted the difficulties of working in a close-knit team where friendships were sincere but put to the test by ambition and celebrity. According to Tatyana, the group became closer to one another throughout the years as they gained a better knowledge of one another. However, their disputes reminded them of the difficulties in producing a popular series. Ali learned a lot from the experience about empathy, resiliency, and the value of professionalism, even in the face of damaged relationships. The Fresh Prince's path was as much about entertainment as personal development. As such, the show's legacy is a potent illustration of the reality of the entertainment business. A healing reunion. The original cast of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air got back together for an HBO special in 2020, which gave them a chance to relive memories and address outstanding concerns. According to Tatyana Ali, the experience was very emotional and brought back memories of happy and challenging times they had spent together throughout the show's 6-year run. The reunion's most significant aspect for Tatyana was the long-awaited reconciliation between Will Smith and Janet Hubert. Following years of separation and public arguments, Hubert and Smith finally met in person and candidly discussed their differences. The two expressed their sincere regrets and offered to forgive and understand one another. The actors, who the conflict between the two co-stars had long impacted, saw this emotional interaction as a turning point. Tatyana considers how the performers and viewers who watched the series and knew about the dispute were relieved by this reunion. As the cast re-examined their shared past and realized the Fresh Prince's influence on viewers worldwide, the reunion special became a time of healing and gratitude for them. It brought harmony to a family that had shared both highs and lows by serving as a reminder of the ties forged and the development that each cast member underwent. Tatyana Ali's initial doubts. Tatyana Ali was skeptical of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's chances and its original idea of a rapper hosting a comedy when she was initially asked to join the ensemble. Her early reluctance stemmed from her concerns about whether a program hosted by Will Smith, a well-known rapper at the time, could engage viewers. Tatyana acknowledges that she could not foresee the show's impact as a comedy and a cultural phenomenon that would tackle significant societal concerns. But as she started collaborating with the gifted cast, her doubts vanished and were replaced with pride and enthusiasm for the show's effect and message. Because it addressed complex subjects like race, family, and identity in ways that appealed to viewers from many walks of life, Tatyana eventually considered the program revolutionary. Reflecting on her initial reservations, she realizes how her time on The Fresh Prince changed her life, enabling her to interact with viewers and make television history. As she, too, found herself in a setting that encouraged creativity, understanding, and a lasting feeling of family, the transition from skepticism to excitement reflected the development of her character. Crafting Hilary's character. In her portrayal of the stylish and conceited Hilary Banks, Karen Parsons added nuance and flair to a part that might easily have been reduced to a simplistic caricature. Tatyana Ali remembers with affection how Karen took Hilary's spoiled image and made it charming and unforgettable. Karen gave Hilary a unique blend of comedy, vulnerability, and charm that set her apart from the other affluent, uninformed characters. Tatyana recalls how Hilary gained greater depth during the seasons because of Karen's depiction, emphasizing her naivete and sporadic self-awareness. Hilary's persona changed from the archetypal privileged girl to a complex individual whose personal development mirrored that of others around her. Tatyana learned much about character development from Karen's approach to Hilary, demonstrating how performers might enhance their parts via imagination and gut feeling. Fans admired Hilary Banks' outrageous attitude and sincere epiphanies, making her one of the show's most adored characters and a symbol of comic genius thanks to Karen's portrayal. The Fresh Prince's cast variety was highlighted by Parsons' ability to combine humor with character depth, which enhanced the show's appeal. The surprises of Tatyana Ali's audition. Tatyana Ali, one of the youngest contestants for a part in the series at the time, had a great audition experience for The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Despite her lack of knowledge and the high expectations of joining a star-studded ensemble, she entered the audition feeling anxious but determined to show herself. Tatyana remembers how she was determined to leave a lasting impact, even though she didn't quite understand the cultural importance of the event or Will Smith's expanding influence in the entertainment business. Her inherent warmth and relatability were evident, drawing the casting director's attention and infusing Ashley Banks with new life. The casting crew responded favorably to Tatyana's distinct take on Ashley during the audition, seeing promise in her impression of her young self. After being cast, Tatyana immediately settled into the role, forming relationships with her co-stars and enjoying Ashley's character's journey. In retrospect, she values how the part lets her engage with young viewers who identify with Ashley's development and experiences. Her audition proved to be the beginning of an incredible journey that made Tatyana a cherished character for fans all over the globe and an integral part of the show's heritage. Donald Trump's unsettling on-set visit. Unexpectedly, Donald Trump was once invited to the set of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as a high-profile guest. Trump was a well-known real estate tycoon then, so his appearance on the program generated interest and excitement. Tatyana Ali claims that Trump's actions on set immediately led to an awkward environment. His demands upon his entrance disturbed the usually playful atmosphere on the set, making the workers and actors uncomfortable. Tatyana remembers that Trump's visit was noteworthy for all the wrong reasons, such as his demeanor and intrusive presence, which clashed with the show's friendly, upbeat vibe. Trump's behavior stood in sharp contrast to the show's welcoming, family-friendly atmosphere, emphasizing the special bond the group had developed over the years. This on-set encounter reminded the cast that not every guest's appearance enhances the creative process. Trump's visit had a lasting effect despite its briefness, providing a warning that fame doesn't necessarily translate into peace. Tatyana recalls the day as one of the most challenging and uncomfortable backstage events in Fresh Prince history, but the ensemble continued. The Carlton Dance Legal Battle. Alfonso Ribeiro's classic performance of the Carlton Dance became one of the Fresh Prince's most recognizable trademarks. With its distinctive beat and motions, the dance won over spectators' hearts and quickly spread beyond the stage to become a cultural phenomenon. However, Alfonso Ribeiro battled for the rights to his invention, which resulted in unanticipated court fights due to the Carlton dance's tremendous popularity. Alfonso sought copyright protection to preserve his artistic heritage when businesses started using the dance in TV series, video games, and ads. Seeing Alfonso go through this legal battle to defend the motion that had come to represent his persona was enlightening and motivating for Tatyana Ali. The complex connection between performers and their intellectual property, as well as the restrictions on what may and cannot be copyrighted in the entertainment sector, were brought to light by the legal battles. Tatyana was moved by Alfonso's tenacity in defending his artistic rights, which demonstrated the extent to which artists may sometimes go to keep control over their work. Notwithstanding the challenges, the Carlton Dance endures as a representation of the Fresh Prince, demonstrating the influence of Alfonso's imagination and his commitment to maintaining his recognizable persona. Unspoken quirks behind the scenes. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's set was full of peculiarities and behind-the-scenes experiences that strengthened the ensemble and produced priceless memories. Tatyana Ali admits that Will Smith's practice of mouthing other actors' lines during scene shooting was one of his most enduring peculiarities. Will was so committed to learning the script that he often found himself quietly reciting everyone's lines, which delighted and sometimes disturbed his co-stars. Tatyana remembers how Will's charming eccentricity became a common joke on set, with the actors always making fun of him for his attention to detail and excitement. Though sometimes annoying, Will's distinct method of remembering lines brought a playful element to the set and demonstrated his dedication to the performance and desire to help his fellow performers. The actors gradually accepted this practice as a reminder of their common bond and a component of Will's appeal. According to Tatyana, these peculiarities reflected the close-knit family dynamic that characterized the Fresh Prince, fostering a supportive atmosphere that enabled every performer to give their all on screen. The event was unique for everyone involved because of the light-hearted banter and shared eccentricities that developed into an essential part of their journey. The audition and transformation of Carlton. The unexpected events during Alfonso Ribeiro's Carlton Banks audition made it unforgettable. Alfonso's first impression was surprising, as he wore a casual tracksuit rather than Carlton's trademark preppy look. He came across as laid-back and funny instead of the refined, prim person they now identify with Carlton. The producers were pleased by Alfonso's remarkable comic timing and distinctive portrayal of Carlton during his audition, despite his casual appearance. Tatyana Ali remembers how shocked everyone was when Alfonso finally appeared wearing his first Carlton ensemble, which included a sweater vest and well-groomed hair. The change was remarkable. It immediately brought Carlton to life and gave the character a surprising dimension. One of the show's most memorable elements was the sharp contrast between Carlton's stiff manner and Alfonso's genuine personality, highlighting the effectiveness of acting. It draws attention to the extreme measures performers sometimes take to completely inhabit a character, pushing the limits of their comfort zones. Alfonso's readiness to accept Carlton's quirks, such as the now famous Carlton dance, demonstrates his commitment and the talent that made Carlton Banks a cherished and timeless figure in television history. Breaking black stereotypes. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had complex characters uncommon on television at the time, revolutionizing how black culture was portrayed. In Tatyana Ali's opinion, the show's biggest accomplishment was its ability to steer clear of popular preconceptions and instead give black characters nuance, comedy, and relatability. Fresh Prince allowed its cast members to freely explore a variety of personalities and lifestyles, in contrast to conventional depictions that pigeonholed black characters into fixed stereotypes. For example, Hilary Banks was affluent, fashionable, and privileged, but she still had flaws that viewers could identify with. Her complexity was brought to light by this new depiction, which demonstrated that she was both charming and sometimes unaware. Tatyana claims this multi-layered portrayal established new benchmarks and paved the way for more complex narratives and representation in the entertainment sector. The program broke the norm and allowed other shows to do the same by successfully balancing humor and cultural authenticity, providing a platform for various black experiences. The Fresh Prince continues to be a renowned illustration of the transformative power of inclusive, intelligent storytelling, pushing viewers to see black characters as complex people rather than one-dimensional caricatures. Using humor to address real-life issues. The Fresh Prince was renowned for addressing complex social topics and being humorous, often bringing attention to black communities' difficulties via its humorous perspective. Tatyana Ali considers how the program bravely tackled issues like racial profiling, sometimes igniting challenging discussions at home. Will and Carlton had a racially contentious encounter with police in one especially memorable episode, highlighting the disparate viewpoints influenced by their upbringings. Carlton's sheltered upbringing leaves him unprepared for the reality of the encounter, while Will's street smarts cause him to mistrust the cops. According to Tatyana, these scenes gave the program more realism and helped it connect with viewers outside the normal comedy demographic. Fresh Prince addressed social concerns and gave its characters more nuance by including these topics in the storyline without sacrificing its lighthearted tone. The program's long-lasting effect is still relevant today because of its unique combination of humor and reality, which sparked conversations about privilege, racism, and justice. The program was innovative because it demonstrated that television could provide intelligent social criticism and entertainment. Cast dynamics revealed. In an exclusive behind-the-scenes look, Tatyana Ali reveals that while the cast of The Fresh Prince had a close camaraderie, there were difficulties in their relationships. Tatyana grew up on set, where she experienced the friendships and sometimes conflicts that arise from working closely with others. She said several cast members had strong personalities, which enhanced their dynamic but sometimes caused arguments. She points out that these conflicts strengthened the cast and gave them essential insights into cooperation and compromise. These conflicting times were a necessary part of Tatyana's experience in the program, which aided inner maturation and perseverance. Notwithstanding their sporadic arguments, the cast's respect for one another and their everyday experiences fostered a close-knit community that enabled them to give their performances genuine warmth. Their relationship was evident in the on-screen chemistry that won over viewers, demonstrating the power of a genuine connection. Since the performers' off-screen interactions enhanced the on-screen dynamics and gave viewers a peek at the actual family behind the fictitious one, these discoveries in many ways illuminated the enchantment of The Fresh Prince. Production difficulties. Behind the smiles and memorable moments, The Fresh Prince had several production issues that tried the team's grit. Tatyana Ali claims that the cast and crew were often pushed to their limits by strict schedules and financial limitations. Everyone demonstrated a fantastic passion and collaboration, by working relentlessly to maintain the quality of each episode despite the long hours and demanding work environment. According to Tatyana, the cast and crew's dedication to giving it their all was a motivating factor, creating a feeling of cohesion and purpose. She thinks the tenacity and diligence that went on behind the scenes would serve as motivation for followers. Despite practical challenges, everyone's contributions, from the authors to the actors, were essential to making the program a reality. According to Tatyana, these difficulties highlighted the wonder of television by demonstrating that the labor of love and dedication of all those involved often results in what viewers see on screen. As a result of this commitment, The Fresh Prince gained popularity and is still a source of inspiration for both fans and producers. The influence of the cast on Hollywood. Tatyana Ali highlights The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's enduring impact on Hollywood and beyond while considering the show's legacy. Despite ending decades ago, the show inspires a new generation of performers, writers, and directors by setting the standard for excellent narrative, comedy, and social criticism. According to Tatyana, many well-known performers nowadays point to Fresh Prince as an example of what television can do. She takes satisfaction in the show's significance, particularly given how it continues to affect the entertainment sector. The Fresh Prince established a new benchmark for television by tackling cultural concerns, dispelling prejudices, and embracing genuine representation, proving that humor can convey essential stories. Being a part of a show with such lasting significance has been an incredible experience for Tatyana and her co-stars, which they still cherish. The show's history is evidence of its innovative approach to television, which combined humor with moral teachings and significantly influenced Hollywood's narrative style. In addition to being a popular program, The Fresh Prince is remembered today as a cultural turning point that opened the door for inclusive and influential programming.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon